Massachusetts today, and we're at the Longmeadow Cemetery. It was made in the year 1716 when it was still a part of Springfield, and there were settlers out here. The earliest settlers of the town lived in the center of Longmeadow, and they started up a church, which is very close by, and it still is. And this is a nice little cemetery, nice greenery, nice little trees. Remember, it's a churchyard cemetery that has expanded greatly through the years. And you're going to see the modern section like now, and you're also going to see the old section, which is going to come up. And it's a very, very long cemetery with thousands of barrels inside of it. It's fairly narrow. Now in the distance you see some buildings, and those buildings are some of the very oldest of Longmeadow. Sorry about those speed bumps. Okay, so now we're entering on our right hand side into the very oldest part of the Longmeadow Cemetery. You see some table gravestones to our right. You also see some sarcophagus style gravestones. You remember, this is 1718 it was made, so there's going to be some 300-year-old gravestones in there. And of course, you're going to have the typical other features that a Protestant cemetery might have. You're going to have a potter's field where the paupers are buried. What you won't have, though, is you won't have the Catholics buried here with their baby sections. You won't have any special sections of ministers. And so we drove around, and what we want to do is give you another section of it. So we're going to pause for a while and then go back to the modern part. Now we're going to have two stops in here, so make sure you catch that second stop, because we're going to go to the oldest part, look out at a receiving tomb and some of the table gravestones. So now we're back in the same place, going through the modern section this time, which also has a lot of nice gravestones inside of it. You remember, it's mostly going to be Protestants. If Catholics are buried here, they're probably because they married a Protestant family. And there's still room for some growth here, but there's plenty of room in Longmeadow that they can always build another cemetery. There are no Catholic or cemeteries in Longmeadow, so Catholics would have been buried at other locations, like in Springfield. Okay, and you can see in front of us now, the very old part again. So there's two ways to go through the cemetery: a straight line through, which only has one detour in it, and then through the modern section there's a longer way around. And they come back to here, which has some of the very old gravestones, and there's quite a few of them. Okay, you can see in the distance the First Congregational Church of Longmeadow, which started up this cemetery. That's only the second rendition of the church. And usually you find first cemeteries next to the first congregational church. And like usual, you found it. So thank you for coming on this drive-through, and make sure you catch the other stop.